Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to J.A.J Talk Movies. We're in another live stream of the J.A.J Podcast. Hopefully, we got some people in here. Jude won't be in this podcast because he's a little busy, I think. I don't know if he wants to do it today, but he might appear in the chat later. So I'm going to be going over every movie that me and him have watched in March. He's actually surprisingly seen one more movie than me. Yeah, so we're going to get into it, and so let's start with Jude's number 15th is Flushed Away, which he gave a 6 out of 10. Sorry, guys, in fact, my throat sounds like this. A little bit of sorry if you hear background noise, trying to trap myself in here so I don't get sick from my parents, because they're really sick. I've just got a bit of a sore throat. I don't feel sick in any way, to be honest, but I don't want to get any worse, so I'm down here doing this video for you guys. Okay, so let's just see what he gave the review. Okay, if I go here, oh yeah, I can supposed to read review. Okay, he says the rats aren't sexy enough and gave it a 6 out of 10. I think that's a pretty good description of Flushed Away from 2006, the animated film. Okay, and then at number 14, and also my number 14, we both have Road Trip Beer Pong, which we watched together. He wrote Steve Rash is a criminal. He stole this movie, the movie Road Trip, and made it terrible. Yep, that is okay. So let's read my review as well. I do agree with Jude on that one as well. It says just a shitty copy of Road Trip with terrible characters. 1 out of 10, which he also gave a 1 out of 10. And yeah, so yep. Okay. Now my number 13 and wait, no, my number 13 and his number 13 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from hold up guys, I'm doing this all weird. Okay, so number 13, is this me or him? Okay, this is him. Okay. His number 13 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original from 1974. He gave it a 7 out of 10, and he said, it's good, and I enjoyed it this time. Still wouldn't call it particularly great, but it's a landmark achievement of film history. Yep, okay. 7 out of 10, that's his number 13. Okay, my number 13 is Superman 4, Quest for Peace from 1987. Terrible film. Really entertaining, though. I watched this a weird way. I watched like half of it with him, like the last 40 minutes. He left to go in another room, came back. And then the next week or maybe 3 days later, I watched the first half because for some reason it was on the Channel 7 mate again. And I just watched it, and then I stopped watching to where I was up to. I gave this movie a 2 out of 10. I said, this is terrible. The whole thing looks like a fan-made Superman movie made by a kid. But don't get me wrong, it's damn fun to make fun of. Grab some friends and watch this. You'll have a great time. And it's a lot longer. But yeah, basically a 2 out of 10 just for that enjoyment part of it. Otherwise, 1 out of 10. Okay. Jude's number 12 is Diary of a Wimpy Kid Freshman Year, which I believe is like a fan-made Diary of a Wimpy Kid film. I'm pretty sure it's even up on YouTube, but he says, this is so insane. Big props to all the cast and crew who made this. I haven't actually seen it. I hope it's good, though. I think it just came out, but yeah. I don't know if it's official or anything, but it's on Letterboxd, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so my number 12 is Maximum Overdrive. He didn't actually finish this. We watched like most of it together, but there was like 38 minutes left, and he went to another house. This was during like a flood season, so the really bad floods we had. So he went somewhere else and didn't end up watching it. But he watched like most of it, and I had a lot of fun with this. It seemed like he had a bit of fun at the start as well. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I wrote, this movie is insane. So much crazy shit happens. It's not a great movie, but it's really funny and extremely entertaining movie, which it is. Stephen King made this on cocaine, basically. It's a great work of fucking art, but it's not art. Okay. At number, what do we got? Okay, 12. I don't know why, but this list is all weird. It just on his list it goes 15, 14, 13, 12, and then straight to 10. The number 11 is just not showing up on his list. That's kind of weird. It's some real glitch or something, but yeah, okay. At number 10, I guess, we have Batman Returns, which he gave a 7 out of 10. Which says, directed by Tim Burton. Yeah, no shit. Okay. At my number 11, which, this is a weird way of doing it, but yeah, we have Scary Movie. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I wrote, okay, even more funny that I've seen all the movies it references. Yep, 7 out of 10. That's actually a really enjoyable movie, a lot better than I remembered. Now that, yeah, of course, I've seen the movies it references, it makes it a lot funnier that way, rather than just, oh yeah, that's like the movies or something, basically, essentially, yeah. I don't know, this is weird. So number 10, yeah, is Batman. I'm just gonna say my number 10 because for some reason 11's just not showing up. That's really weird, but I guess I'll say my number 10 and then we'll go to his number. So my number 10 is Poltergeist. 7 out of 10. I just wrote, I don't really have much to say except it's good. And the first proper Poltergeist movie. Yeah, it definitely set the way for Poltergeist movie. It's a little outdated, especially with the visual effects or special effects and stuff, but it definitely created this ghost genre wave kind of thing. All right, so here's number 9 and my number 9. All right, so he has Evangelion 3.0 You Cannot Redo, which he gave a 7 out of 10. And there's 2 reviews in here. Idiot Shinji, which was from last year, and then there's a review from now, which says, Shinji, you dumbass. Fair. Okay, I don't know what that is, because, well, I know what Evangelion is, but I assume it's just some, like, Amazon movie. Okay, my number 9 is Doctor Sleep. Alright, this movie is pretty good and has an interesting concept, which I was not expecting in any way, of course. I know I'm reading out my reviews, I'm actually here. Alright, so I really enjoyed Doctor Sleep. I didn't think it was like a landmark, great modern horror film. I thought it was really good though, as a horror movie, but I don't know about it. Like the last half an hour, but it was really good. But this just didn't feel like a sequel to The Shining to me. I don't know, just the way it looked didn't really feel like a good Shining sequel, but it just felt like a good modern horror movie. Okay, and then his number 8, he has Evangelion 1.0, You Are Not Alone, which he gave a 7 out of 10. And okay, let's read this review. My rating for this stays the same only because the new animation is really cool at times. But for me, it usually fails in comparison to the original series, which is so much more livery worries. I can't fucking read today, guys. In this feels a lot more muted and clean. I have a lot of problems with this, such as the plot twists being revealed too early and not making much sense, but it's still really well made, and I already have a real ending to the original series anyway. The rebuilds are just cool. It's just a cool extra thing for me. I don't know why I struggled to read that so much, but yeah. Okay, that's his number 8. My number 8 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre original. Really fun. If you know me, you actually know I prefer the remake. Personal opinion, don't bully me, but I do really like the original classic. Great low budget little horror movie. Okay, so his number 7 is Dude, Where's My Car? He gave an out of 10. Says there's nothing wrong with this movie, I think. It's actually, yeah, he kind of gave this a 10 out of 10, but I think that's a number 7. But yeah, okay, maybe 10 out of 10 for enjoyment, but yeah. At number 6 we have, sorry, this is really weird the way I had this planned out. At my number 7 I have Genius, a Kanye West trilogy. I watched part 3 and now I've seen all 3 parts. I did get this a 10 out of 10. It's a great Netflix documentary trilogy thing. You can see the progression of, it's not just Kanye, it's his filmer. I love his, like, how it shows him filming him and how Kanye kind of became this famous guy and talked to him for a few years, and you can see both their stories kind of combined as one little thing. So yeah, that's really great. 10 out of 10, Genius, a Kanye trilogy is a perfect documentary. Okay. Okay. Here's number 6. You have Evangelion Evangelion, I keep saying Gillian, Evangelion 2.0, you cannot advance. For some reason, not is in brackets, so maybe you can. I don't know. And he just wrote 4 stars because the ending is fucking awesome. 8 out of 10. And then his last review was that ending made it all worth it. Of course, it isn't the end though. Similar, yeah. Okay. My number 6 is Requiem for a Dream. Requiem for a Dream is an awesome movie. I'm going to make a review on this. I think it tackles drug issues and addiction really well, while also not being like a fucking pamphlet against drugs, but not being on it. It's kind of just like they can fuck you up, but it's showing it. It's not telling it. It's not like drugs are bad. It gives you cancer. It shows it and it fucks you up. This movie fucks you up. Half it's really pumpy, crazy. It's like a drug, starts out real nice and super crazy, but ends really depressing and could end in many, many ways. I'm obviously not going to spoil it, but it's just a really, really sad ending, but a really, really, really well-made movie. It very inspired me to pursue and use the style in my new feature film, which I'm going to be working on. There's no title. Tranquility is what it's called at the moment. It might change over time, but Tranquility is the original name. I have made short films for this, trialed it out. I'm writing the script. I'm making a feature film, guys. And yeah, it's going to maybe be at my local theatre in Ballina because I have the hookup. I could get this running if I get this done and if it's good enough. It's also going to be on another one of my YouTube channels, but I hope to finish this by the end of the year. I'm finishing the script off. I'm working on it, guys. So this really inspired that for me. I think it's a great movie. 10 out of 10 to Requiem for a Dream. Okay, number 5, we have There Will Be Blood. He just wrote, holy shit, yes. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I haven't actually seen this. I'm just going to add it to my watch list. It's from 2007, and yeah, it's just some film. I haven't really seen it, but yeah. At number 5, I have The Dark Knight. I hadn't seen this for many years. I was kind of doubting it. I was kind of just making fun of it, like, oh, this is going to be overrated. I'm not going to like it that much because I saw Batman Begins, and I was like, it's okay. It's pretty good action, but yeah. And I got to The Dark Knight, I'm like, fuck yes, this is great. It has my second favorite Joker. My favorite is, what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix is my favorite Joker, but this is my second favorite Joker. Rest in peace, man. You did a really great role. Really is a really entertaining Joker. He's more like a criminal mastermind, while Joaquin Phoenix is more like a sad kind of less entertaining, but it's a really more complex character with great acting. This guy's also a more genius, complex actor with great acting. Sorry, character with great acting, but yeah, it's really great. And I just wrote, now I understand all the hype. I haven't seen this since I was a kid, and I didn't remember anything about the movie, but now that I watch it, I understand the hype for sure. This is awesome. 10 out of 10 to The Dark Knight. I love The Dark Knight. Great movie. Okay, Jude's number 4, he has Napoleon Dynamite, and his review is, I like your sleeves. They're big. That's really cool. Napoleon Dynamite, he gave a 9 out of 10. Great. Okay. My number 4, I have The Batman, okay? I have a review on this movie on my YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel, so you should go check that out, but I'm just going to go to my review now that I wrote on Letterboxd. Okay, so I wrote, this is my favorite Batman movie, and it barely even feels like a Batman movie. It's an awesome mix between genres such as crime, murder, mystery, and even kind of a thriller. I love how they shot this. The cinematography is very pleasing to the eye. I love the characters, the actors who played them, and it has some of the best Batman portrayed. But it has some of the best portrayed Batman villains of all time. The music is very suspenseful and great. My thoughts on Robert Pattinson playing the new Batman is very high. Great job on what you're doing. Cheers, man. Playing the new Batman is very high. My favorite Batman, hands down, even though at the start he was kind of annoyingly edgy, but overall 10 out of 10. It's a great movie. So we got some guy in the chat, Eric J. Yeah, okay. Flattery or something. Okay. So 10 out of 10 to The Batman, guys. That's my number 4. Okay, so Jude's number 3 is The Batman. All right, so let's just read out. He has 2 years here. I'm just going to review the read his first review because it seems like a more one-on-one. I'll just read them out, both out. So he was seeing this twice. The first review says, "Oh my god, this is my Batman! Holy shit!" The only problem I really have with this movie is the third act isn't as great or as incredible and amazing as the rest of the movie. I had a smile on my face almost the entire time. It felt like the perfect kind of movie for my taste. It had murder mystery aspect, detective work, sound design that almost made me audibly exclaim with joy. Cinematography and shots that will make your eye explode. Insane Paul Dano as a Zodiac killer, um, SQ version of the Riddler, Zoe Kravitsky as Catwoman, Colin Farrell as Robert De Niro, lookalike version of the Penguin. Music that will make your ears and stomach feel nauseous in a good way and gives you chills. And finally, Robert Pattinson as the best Batman I think I have seen. Emo Nirvana, Batman is the best. And after a rewatch more than one, most likely, I'll probably give this a 5 stars, the perfect rating. So he gave that a 9 out of 10. But in his new review, he gave it a 10 out of 10. He wrote, all the flaws I mentioned in my last review, I don't really care anymore, except for that one scene. Also, throughout the movie, there was a group of kids running around quietly across the cinema and talking on Snapchat, which was funny for my friend and I because we both seen the movie before and we were very interested in both the movie and those annoying kids we were up to. Yeah, okay. 10 out of 10. Um yeah. Okay, so his number 2 is Neon Genesis Evangelion TV show. He has like 4 reviews on this, but I'm gonna just do his newest one. It says, despite the show being very dark, fuck me, existential and depressing at times, it's still my comfort show. By the way, I had this weird little thing in tab, so I have to look really close to read words because I had this double tab, so I know that I'm still streaming. Anyway, this is my second watch of the whole series, and yet again, it was under 24 hours because my Blu-ray set of the complete series finally arrived yesterday, and I watched it almost right away. I think I loved it even more this time, and obviously I'll be watching the end of Evangelion next, again in all capitals, which obviously means he's watched it a lot. So I forgot about my number 3, so I'm going to say my number 3, then my number 2. So my number 2 is Joker. Hands down, I don't know what I was thinking when I watched this originally. Most people love this when it came out, and now they think it's kind of overrated. I'm on the opposite. When it came out, like, it's okay, it's a little boring, but now I fucking love this movie. My old review from 2020 says it's a good movie, but I found some parts boring. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. This has the best Joker. J.A.J Phoenix, great fucking actor, great cinematography, great music. This is my Joker. I love this Joker. This is the best Batman parents' death. I think it's more creative than just a random great Joker origin story. I love they show him and Bruce at the house and how he goes insane and how people are treating him. I think it's just a much better way. Connection is unstable. I really hope that this isn't cut out. Okay. Yeah, it's just a really great movie. 10 out of 10. Definitely the best Joker movie. My favorite movie out of any Joker or Batman DC movie. It's definitely like my favorite in there. Okay, so my number 2 is Napoleon Dynamite. This is my second favorite comedy. Well, it's my favorite. It's kind of weird because it's kind of tied between Napoleon Dynamite and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So I don't know. This is probably my favorite comedy, but Ferris Bueller's Day Off is just a better movie, you could say. But these are both perfect films. They're both 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10 to Napoleon Dynamite. All right. So Jude's number 1 is Neon Genesis Evangelion. All right. So let's just read this long review that he had on it. Well, it's not that long actually. Oh, it fucking is, man. Oh, he's wrote so much reviews on this movie, but I'm just going to go through the long review. So, right, this review is very personal to me and delves into topics such as depression, mental health. Fuck, I don't even know I should read this on YouTube because it might be a little personal, but okay, I know this review is dedicated to J and B. I think I know who they are. I'm not going to say the names. But yeah. Okay, well, I'll just kind of shorten this because I don't know. It's basically just saying it looks a lot better on his Blu-ray set. That is now it's his favorite movie. It's a very personal movie to him, and he watched it at a time where it wasn't so great. That's the way I could shorten this without reading for really long or dealing with something I don't know if he wants me to read on YouTube. So I'm just gonna leave it there. It's on Letterboxd if you want to read it. He's put it up publicly. It's got 4 comments. It's his latest review. 10 out of 10. It's his favorite movie. That is his number one spot. Ugh. Okay. My number one spot is mid-90s. I rewatched this. It's my second favorite movie. It didn't go down, but I wanted to rewatch it in case it actually did. Home Alone it's just fucking awesome. This is just fucking awesome as well, but it's my second, not my first. I don't know. It was a really hard decision for me to make, but Home Alone I just grew up with and it never gets old. Anyway, I just tried. It's my favorite. This was my favorite movie for a while. It's my second favorite movie. It hasn't gotten any worse in quality. It's still a perfect movie. It's just Home Alone has a special place in my heart. And I finally just agreed it's my favorite. I finally just agree it's my favorite movie. I don't really have much to say about this movie that I have not already said in previous reviews and on YouTube. Um, but yeah, it's perfect film. I love the music, the time period of the movie, and has a great child actress. Has great child actresses. It's overall perfect in my opinion. I love it. So yeah, I still love mid-90s. All right, so we're going to get into some like kind of trivia little podcast here. We're going to just talk about some, not trivia, some facts that's going on in my life and on the channel. So there's been a lot of floods going on, so I haven't been up a lot because I was a little sick this week, and then a lot of floods. Focusing on that, the Wi-Fi was out, the power was out, and then when I came back to school, I was just focusing on school because I had to do all my assignments as soon as I came back to school. And I've been working on other stuff like albums. I'm a Deep Lie mixtape's coming out soon. Editing is uploading maybe today or when I finish my album. I'm working on that. More music videos I want to make when the sun comes back or stops raining. Um, a Batman ranking, I want to do that. There's heaps more J.A.J videos coming. My feature film I'm going to be working on. Lots of short films throughout the year as well. More albums. I want to give out more albums this year and just work on all my channels personally. And music. And yeah, so subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to all my other channels. Peace out and subscribe if you enjoyed this podcast live stream thing.